Hello and welcome back to RailRoads Online. So today we are here, having made a new addition to town. The bank has come into town now. Just kind of going to add to town, like, I don't know, one building at a time here and there as we go. So we threw the bank on the end, but what we do have out at the Sawmill is we've done some new stuff out there, pretty big expansion to out there. So gonna go out and see how the rail works. Just kind of laid that in and got some stuff out there. Have not tested it out yet, so that's kind of gonna be what this is. All right, get that check and make sure we got no brakes on, which are not highlighted. Okay, hit that. Go ahead and clear that out. This one of the locos does not have a caboose on it. Had to smooth out the one little incline a bit, I think, before we add any weight to this one. This one, when it's fully loaded, is definitely taking all the weight it kind of can for now. So just gonna chill on adding that. So that's a thing. I know at this point we are a week away from the new update, so that'll be a thing next Monday. Supposed to be out. Wiki and what is it? The wiki and tutorial update. I know there's been a lot of talk about the new industries. We've seen sneak pictures of the new industries. That's for sure. I know it was brought to my attention that it was out on the Trello site again this weekend. I guess it was found that when you look in there, whatever it does say, wheat and cattle card. So who knows if the new industries are actually that, or if that's been changed or altered, who knows. But I know there's been a lot of talk about what are the bags. So the bags very well could be wheat, and we could be getting wheat and cattle if you go by what Trello says. So that'll be a thing come next Monday. May want to be prepared there for rolling stock. Who knows how those industries will come in. I'm sure on the stock map they'll add them, and then on our placed industries maps we'll be adding those probably. But from the sound of it, it seems like those are probably, don't shoot me if that's not what comes, but that's what the Trello cards did say. So that is up there for those who are interested in looking. Uh-oh. We are totally headed down the wrong rail. That's not gonna work. I gotta label these out yet. Back this thing up. Yeah, there we go. We gotta back this up. Still set from running around the other direction, I suppose. More building and running trains since the last session, I guess, actually. Say. Alright. Wow. Taking off backwards. Alright. That one goes that way, that one goes that way. And then we go out for logs. So we'll get that going. Distracted by everything that's going on. This new sawmill setup's going to be interesting to see if it actually works. Doesn't work, have no idea. I think it'll work. It got a few corners that are a little tighter than I would want them to be, but then too, I also realize that really we're running fairly small locomotives out there. In most cases, I mean, Montezuma's doing our logs, so that's not a big concern. And well, I haven't run cordwood yet, but hopefully all that works to plan. You can only try things and find out and see what we can get away with. It's kind of what we're doing with this setup. Just kind of fell in the way that it is, but definitely different for me. So We'll just have to see how it goes when the train comes rolling through there. I suppose this we could have gone through either way. It doesn't really make a difference. We will be bringing logs back. Whoa. Yeah, some Montezuma, definitely a little tippy in the tight turns. Of course, you know, that's full speed running too, obviously, for this one. There we go. Haven't had to run logs now for a while, been on the oil stuff part of the game, but definitely need to get back to logs. So kind of figured to go back now as we're adding in and filling in industry stuff, you know, decoration, stuff like that. Smoothing some things out, I figured to kind of go just get started at the start. So that's why logging camp came up now that we have the beginning at the depot area and town. That's going to kind of be main town, so as I said earlier, we'll be working to just kind of slowly expand that out as we keep getting bigger. Do have to say, if we are getting cattle and wheat, well, the wheat, I don't know how obviously that would work. Really looking forward to getting the cattle will be cool, because using the stock cars for something other than crates would be super cool. So that'll be great if that's a thing. Obviously, you know, I can't confirm that or anything, but it is on the Trello site for those who are looking for it. You can click in there and see the activity on the updates, so it's there. This here is tracking question at a certain point. I want to drop this down. It doesn't need to be that high. I definitely want it to be bridge over this mud, but then the rest of this I think can get brought down, and then this train can get a caboose thrown on it because it'll struggle a little less. It kind of struggles coming out of the sawmill with this, or out of the logging camp, excuse me. Kind of struggles coming out with the full load of logs. Gets it done, but just barely. Excuse me. And in here, this definitely doesn't need to be that high, so it needs to start dropping down somewhere where it comes off of the turn a little more than it does. Probably just lower the whole turn. I think this whole thing will get relayed. This is some of the first track we laid on here. Wanted to get it above the ground so we didn't have to deal with a lot of ups and downs. And so that's kind of why it got up there in the first place. The one lone tree. I do have to say I really like these trees that have this stuff, you know, no leaves and stuff on them. Actually looks super cool. Great addition to the game. I think. And then here we go, cruising up on our first chance to see the new logging camp add-on. Of course, as we're running out of fire in the train, so nothing really changed right here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and bring it through, whatever. Doesn't really matter which way it goes through here. All of it's a loop, and it's all got to get tested, so we'll see. This is the rail out here. We did add a switch, and you'll see now it branches off, which that's because what we did in here is we doubled up the sawmill. So now you'll notice, or the logging camp, sorry, I keep saying sawmill, but we doubled up the logging camp, so there are now 2 logging camps in here. Went ahead and did the covered cordwood, which I know the cranes swing into, but I like the covered cordwood. Turned around and put in the telegraph booth, so that gets a, you know, kind of sidewalk, boardwalk deal, if you will. put in some signs for the crossing there. Kind of like the way that that came out. Pretty happy with that. And then you'll see we do have the other logging camp over there. So we'll see if we can still run through. This track all actually kind of came down a little bit, weirdly enough. So it should actually be a little easier to get it through here. Though these are, I think they're like 2 degrees sharper turns than they used to be. I think it was 35, it's 33 now. So that's obviously generally tighter than I like to go, but I still think hopefully everything should work. Just slow little runabout on that section, and then one here. See if I can get this flipped over. There we go. Get that moved over. So as you can see, this goes over to our old log pickup and new cordwood. So lined up the new cordwood so that it drops kind of where the old logs drop there on the straight. We'll go take a look at it here in just a second. Hopefully this all gets through here. This is one section I'm worried about. It's pretty close. Hopefully it doesn't hit the building hitbox. Sweet. It did get by there. That was kind of my concern, to be honest. So, get this out here. Do think I'll be getting upsizing these log cars and just going to the full-size cars, probably getting rid of the Craig cars. But so as you can see, that's the log pickup there. It did go ahead and cover this cordwood as well. You know, keep it nice and dry as we will be going back to the weather. So we got that. And then we did add, you know, woodrick and water out here on the old line. Water tower down here on the end just for looks. Yeah, whatever. I like the new water tower in the back, so that's cool. And as you can see, yeah, we have the old log pickup here, and then new cordwood pickup here, which these do drop right out into the middle. So I don't anticipate having any problems with the pickup distance. You see the cranes dropping right in the middle, so that, well, close enough to the middle anyway. I'm pretty sure they'll hit the cars. Even if they don't, really just plopped it out here for looks and then kind of figured that we could make it actually functional. And so that ended up with the rail being switched up and switched to what we have now. Did turn around and kind of add a bunkhouse out here for the workers. So that's there. Nice double bunkhouse. Does have the walkway in here. It's barely up, but it does provide a path to the sidewalk and the crossing. Probably all loaded up now on that car, hopefully. Yeah, I can't jump through there. Yeah, done. Sweet. Next car. Better throw some wood in this thing. We're gonna actually load it up. Might as well actually load it up and run the load. Why not? Alright. See if we can get this crane going again. Throw some wood in there while all that's going on. There we go. Looks like none of the highlights, yeah, nothing's popping up on the HUD. I don't know if that's just probably a product of I've been doing too much stuff before doing this. Probably reset it and that'll all come back. Usually does. Had that happen before. Does make grabbing the brakes kind of a pain in the butt because you don't know if they're on or off. So, but other than that, not really, you know, big deal. At least for me. Where are we at money wise? 5,600 on this one. Is that dropping on there? Yeah, sweet. Alright. Works for me. See what we can get loaded up on this. don't need to turn now. Break off. Probably should have just left it finished that one. Then I would need one log, but oh well. There we go. Which one do you want to load? We'll just get these two loaded and then pull forward, see if we get all the last four. Probably not, but sometimes it works out nice. You can do 4 loads or 4 cars in a move. A couple of the guys are getting really good at lining these things up. I am not the one. I just kind of pull it forward and get what I get. Hopefully it didn't go too far. These ones you can pull a whole car just in the slack once you actually get like a decent size. A decent amount of them in a stack anyway. Much easier to load now than they were though. I gotta give them credit. Whatever they did, they made it a lot easier for them to drop in there. So these cars are definitely a lot more loadable than when we first got them. That's one thing I will say about these. They work a lot better. They're really not that bad to run anymore. You just get one less log, I think. It's not that big a deal either. Probably load up this one car back here yet too. And we'll just have one car to fill. I don't think it's gonna load that back one, but it'll load probably that one. So we might as well get it while we can get it. 3 cars in one move, that's not horrible. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Really do have to say, looking forward to getting some stock cars on the rails moving, so I really hope that is one of the industries that we get. Let's just see what happens. We've been lucky before on here. Let's go. No chance. Drop straight through it all. Boom. Gonna need somebody to come and clean that one up. Alright. Edging that forward. Good news is we won't have to aim this pretty hard. Should just be able to pull it anywhere in there, and one of them or both of them or something will drop some logs on there. That shouldn't be too big a problem. Hopefully. Oi. I don't think that one will work too, but we'll try. Logs are free. Thankfully. Nope. There it goes, rolling away. Let's go. Alright, see, that's cool. Okay, I'm gonna do it again, just for fun. Let's go. One more. That's hilarious. Alright, there we go. All loaded up and ready to run. Still got fire in this thing, sure do. Just pulling that heavy. I'm gonna make sure I don't have any brakes on this locomotive anyway, which is gonna be tough because we have no way to check. Why would it be that hard to pull out of here? Shouldn't be that hard to pull out of here. It's definitely not any steeper than it used to be. Oh, there we go. Money. I felt like something was pulling in the back. Alright, brakes off. Let's go over this one more time. There we go. Montezuma come to life so slow. Feels very right though for this locomotive. I've always said that. I think Montezuma is the one that really comes to life probably the most. It just feels right and it's come to life. Little storage shit over there. Do have to say that it's kind of neat. Really giving us the ability to start adding some things and having some fun. Just playing around adding things, you know, here and there. Other than just the hardcore, laying of track. Alright. Go. Go, little loco, go. We're not going to hit top speed, but we're going to at least get 11. So that's decent. Hopefully that gets us up the hill. You can see this one will stretch this just about to its limit. That's why I haven't added a way car, because I just don't know if it'll even get up the hill with it. Probably just need to go ahead and upsize the loco here, but keep going. Keep going. Make it to the tree. There we go. Now it'll make it. Once it gets to the tree, you know it's good. It's not going to have any problems no matter what you do. But you definitely have to come out of that thing full bore and ready to go. But the new double sawmill looks like it's going to be working. Run a cordwood to confirm that 100%, but it does look like everything is going to line up in there. So, you know, the two flipped each direction's logging camps. I said sawmill again. Always the sawmill. It's just a wood joint. No, but it's the, you know, the logging camp will work with them flipped back to back like that. So I don't know. I might play around with some of that more going into the future. Since it worked out there decent. I think if that was the intention to lay them like that, I might do things a little different. Obviously, in this case, it just kind of worked out that way, playing around with things, so that's kind of what we did. But it makes kind of for a nice big industry there, seemingly, rather than just the little logging camp. So I think I might do some more playing around with that. Nice big double logging camp, and then it does, of course, give us the option to run another side or another train in and around there. If you're doing cordwood, pulling logs at the same time, shouldn't have a problem. So there's some benefit to it. The more that we're running multiple trains at a time on here. little whistle as we come back to the rail. Do have to say, I think I'm going to take a page from what I did on the stock map and put some kind of turnaround loop over here on this side. That kind of is nice to have. So I can see doing that. So I don't know, if probably have room right here for a switch over, and then it can come back wherever it comes back. Not totally sure. Alright, now that we're loaded, we know that Montezuma does not have crazy brakes, so we might as well start letting this thing chill out a bit, if we can get it that way. Stop. Probably don't need to chill out that much. Montezuma really barely the power for this load. That's all I can say. At the end of the day, that's about it. Would not really want to be pulling a heck of a lot more with this locomotive. At least I wouldn't. We might just have to upsize this loco a bit, and I wouldn't have to relay that track either. Alright. Let's see if we can get our creep speed on here. Seems like it just wants to keep rolling. Not that on this layout we can't exactly let this one just sit on the dock anyway, because, you know, obviously we have a spur going off in that direction that does not allow for that. So now being able to park this one out at the logging camp, you know, is going to be nice. Although this layout, we've been parking everything at the depot, so haven't had a problem with that, but it is now going to be just a quick way to drop this one out there. Alright, we'll get these off of here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go with the jump around logs. But just about loaded up. Not going to be totally full, as it's going to eat a few of those, but we definitely needed them. A little bit of money in the pot. Definitely not a lot because it's just logs. But there we go. I think for today we're going to call that one a win. Say thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you get a chance, like, share, subscribe. Subscriptions are free, but they sure do help the channel. Y'all have a great day.